Hello everyone and welcome back to Crossfly. In this video I'm going to be giving you a broken design overview of KageAIO. I'm going to be showcasing the UI version of the bot. So let's go ahead and begin today's video. So before we go ahead and begin today's video, if you wish to go ahead and check out a recent overview regarding the bot, I highly recommend you do so. It will be linked down below. Make sure to drop a like and subscribe on today's video. I'd highly appreciate it. So we're going to begin on the settings page and make our way through the bot. I'm going to go ahead and break down what it looks like, how it works, and we can go through all the pages. So when you open the bot, this is what it looks like. There is no full screen button at the moment. You have the minimize button, the X button, and the notifications button, your Discord username that is binded to this key, as well as your Discord API. Then you have a search bar where you can go ahead and search for tasks, profile, and more. Then you have the KageAIO icon over here. It says good evening, welcome to Kage. Then you have the page headers here, dashboard, tasks, profiles, proxies, and settings. Then you have the check updates button to go ahead and check for updates. Then you have the documentation button for the documentation regarding the bot. You have the support button, it shows where you're connected. Then it shows the version for the back end and the front end. So let's go ahead and break down the settings page. On the settings page you have a few headers. You have general, quick task capture, user information, and they need help header. We can go ahead and contact them if you wish. I'm going to go ahead and break down every page. So on the general section, this is where you can go ahead and configure your webhooks. You can enter the success webhook and the declined webhook, and you can go ahead and test it. You can configure the option to only send successful checkouts if you wish by hitting this, and obviously that's activated. Then you can deactivate it if you wish. Then you can go ahead and configure the delays, such as the monitor delay, error delay, and checkout delay. Then you can save settings when you're done. Now moving on to the proxy section, this is where you can go ahead and create proxy groups so they can be used with your tasks. So let's go ahead and create the new proxy group button. Let's call this group video proxy group, just like so. And then the type, you can go ahead and choose a proxy type, your residential IPs, data centers, or any /unknown. If you want to go ahead and do that, you can, but I specifically know that these IPs are residentials, so I'm going to go ahead and configure that. Let's create the proxy group, and as you guys can see, it creates it in the background. Let's hit the X button and you can see the proxy group name, the types of proxies that you've configured to have within the group, and you can go ahead and see how many proxies are in the group, and there's 0 at the moment. So let's click it, and as you guys can see, you can go ahead and add proxies and clear the proxies as well, and you can test them. So let's add a proxy here. I've gone ahead and entered it. How the system works is it's one proxy per each line. So if I hit enter and enter another one, that'll be the second proxy. I'm only going to enter one for this video. So I'm going to hit update proxy group, and as you guys can see, the proxy appears in the background. So when you add the proxy, you can see the proxy here, and it shows you proxy status as well. Then you can go ahead and clear your proxy if you wish, or you can go ahead and create a new group if you wish to do so. It will also show the date of when you create this proxy group as well if you need that information. Let's move over to the profiles tab. Once again, very similarly to the proxy section, you can go ahead and create a group for your profiles. You can also import and export profiles if you wish. Let's go ahead and create a group here. We're going to call this video test profile group, just like so. Create profile group here, and you can see it gets created in the background. Once again, the name, the number of profiles is there, and the date you created it. Then once you've gone ahead and created the profile, it will show the profile name, name on card, card number, phone number, and email address of that profile. So let's go ahead and create one here, and these are the fields you have to go ahead and configure it. If you want the same billing and shipping, that's what's clicked. If you unclick it, you can see that it changes to go to billing info, so you can customly configure the billing information, but I'm just going to keep it the same. So you configure this section, then go to payment information, configure that, then create the profile. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is fill out these fields with some test-based information, then cut back when I'm ready to create the profile. Now before we go ahead and click create profile, a few things to go ahead and mention. You can configure one checkout per profile if you wish. This is optional. If you want to enable it, simply hit this and it'll go green. That means it's enabled, and this means it's disabled. And you can go ahead and configure the profile name, and I've gone ahead and configured it to video test. Let's create the profile here. Successfully created profile, and you can see in the background it was created. Your video test the profile name on card is John Doe. Give the last 4 digits of your card number for distinguishing purposes among all the profiles you go ahead and create. Then you have the phone number and the email address. If you select the profile, you can go ahead and delete select it if you wish. I'm not going to do that, but you do have the option to do that. And obviously you can go ahead and create new groups and new profiles if you wish to do so. Let's move over to the dashboard page, and we'll end the video on the task page. So let's go to the dashboard, and this is what the dashboard looks like. So on the dashboard, you can create task groups if you wish. We're not going to do that just yet. Let's look at everything else. Your statistics and other information. It shows your total spending for this week. I've yet to go ahead and check out anything, and this user hasn't checked out anything, so it's on $0. It says check out this week, which is 0, and it will essentially get the data from the amount of checkouts you've done last week and the amount of checkouts you've done this week and compare it in a percentage. As you guys can see, none were done this week and none were done last week. that's where it says 0%, and the same thing for the declines, and then it shows this week versus last week if you wish to go ahead and check that out. Then for new release, it shows you newest release, and you can go ahead and create tasks if you wish. If you hit this button, it'll take you to the task page, but it just shows you some new information regarding new releases, and then it shows your recent checkouts to show the product, site, size, price, and date and time. You can go ahead and refresh your checkouts as well. Now let's go over to the task page and create a task group and create some tasks, then run through the process. So let's hit new task group. We're going to call this video test tasks, just like so. If I can spell, that'll be great. Okay, to create task group, and as you guys can see, the task group has been created. So we have a few symbols on here that represent different parts of the checkout process. So if we actually go ahead and look at the task group, you have the name, the total amount of tasks, and then the varying statuses of the tasks. So let's click it, and as you guys can see, this is what it looks like. A bit complicated, but I'll go ahead and break everything down. So it once again shows the task count total. It shows the name of the group. You can start all and stop all. You can add task, which we will do in a moment, and you can also edit it as well. Then when you create a task, the following headers will be shown: the product, site, size, the profile group, proxy, and the status of the task. Then once you select a task, you can start the task, stop the tasks, and edit the tasks when it comes to the ones you've selected, and you can also delete selected as well, and it shows you how many you selected up here as well. So let's go ahead and actually create a task here. It's going to ask for a site. Let's go with something random. Let's go with Walmart. It's going to ask for a PID. We're going to type in something random. I don't intend for this task to work. It's simply just to show you the task creation process. It asks for a profile group. Let's hit that. For profiles, you can select all within this group, or you can select an individual profile within the group. I'm just going to hit this one, and you can see it becomes a type of selected format. So I didn't click select all, but let's say for example I had 10 profiles in this group. If I selected a few, you'd see them separately appearing here. If you wish to go ahead and use that, you can. If you wish to use all of them, then also you can as well. For the mode, let's hit something random. Sizes, you can go ahead and select multiple sizes. So yeah, this is demonstrating what I was just talking about there. You can see it appears separately just over here, but I want to go ahead and select one size. You can do random as well, and they do have a bunch of sizes as well. Then for proxies, you can either use your local IP or you can use the proxy group we created. So I'm going to go with the proxy group because of the fact that it does work. And then for the amounts, you can go ahead and change that. And then the max is 50. I'm going to go ahead and stick to 1. Let's create the task. And as you guys can see, it's been created in the background here. So it shows all the details I mentioned before, and you can go ahead and select it. Then we have these options available, and the counter up there gets updated, and obviously the total gets updated as well. So if you want to go ahead and start, you can see that the status goes through the process. This task is not going to work at all, but you can see that it's just going to go through some random process here. You can also see that the status gets updated as well, and you can go ahead and stop the task, and as you guys can see, it has been stopped. And if you wish to go ahead and edit the task, you can as well. That is going to go ahead and conclude this broken down overview of KageAIO. If you guys enjoyed the video, please drop a like, subscribe if you guys are new. I'm going to catch you guys next time. Peace out.